Hello guys, welcome to Hakuoki Stories of the Shinsengumi Limited Edition PlayStation 3. The visual novel I was playing, this one is better quality. Again, I'm so sorry if you can hear me in the foreground. So this is Kyoto. It was awfully impressive. There was no denying it. Even the simple hellos between people passing in the street seemed warm and friendly. They nodded and smiled to one another, almost as if they were family, not strangers, about on errands. Still, there was something else as well, something that made the city feel strangely cold, almost as though there was a great invisible wall shutting out anyone who wandered in from the country. It wasn't particularly uncomfortable, I had to admit. No, that's all in my head. I had walked quite some distance to reach Kyoto, and it occurred to me that my mind and body were both very tired. Even so, tiredness was no reason for me to stand about feeling sorry for myself. I can't afford to, after all. Excuse me, random person. With new albeit forced resolve, I tried to stop a passerby. I'm sorry, but I seem to be a bit lost. Could you, give me directions, seeing as I'm completely new here and have no clue what I'm doing? What am I supposed to do now? I was lost again, no surprise, but in a different sort of way. I sighed and found myself looking up at the darkening sky. The sun was beginning to set. I don't see a sun anywhere. The people I'd spoken to hadn't been unkind, and they'd given me the directions I needed, but couldn't you have chosen a better time to leave the city? Apparently, from my father, there was only one other person in the city who I could rely on, Dr. Matsumoto. Feel free to pause that, guys, at any point. Dr. Matsumoto was a doctor in the service to the shogunate. Again, I can't pronounce words, leave me alone. I've never met him myself, but my father put a great deal of trust in the man. He told me that if I should have run into any trouble during his absence, I was to contact Dr. Matsumoto. Unfortunately, Dr. Matsumoto was apparently out of town on business and could not return for some time, especially when I needed him most. Was I too hasty? Perhaps I should have waited. Yes, I'm pretty sure you should have waited. True, it was rather rude to visit unannounced, which was why I had sent a letter ahead of me. Of course, if he'd been gone for very long, they almost certainly not read my letter. Perhaps I thought I should have waited for a reply before travelling alone to the city I'd never ever seen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you should have done that. But no, I knew I could not have waited any longer. Oh God. Chizuru, is there something wrong, Father? He paused for a moment and looked at me, very angrily.
実はな、しばらくの間、京の都へ行くことになった。
Work again? You can't just leave me. He'd been leaving the house often then, sometimes for days on end. How long will he be gone?
それはわからん。一月になるか、二月になるか。
A month? Oh, there was no hiding my disappointment and shock. Nonetheless, I wasn't a child anymore. I can't beg him not to go, or some other foolishness. Yes, I'd be lonely, but I was much more worried for him. I mean, clearly, he's an old man. Please, Father, be careful. They say that the city of Kyoto is dangerous. From what I've heard, he only smiled and nodded.
安心しなさい。
Of course I do.
お前が心配しないように、今日にいる間はできる限り手紙を書くよ。
You lie. You lied. Okay, you promise? father kept his promise. I knew that it arrived every day, and I scarcely had time to respond before another would arrive. He told me that he worried about me home all by myself. What a wonderful father. Then the letters stopped. Forget what I said. A whole month passed with no word from my father, and I began to worry. Father, they say Kyoto is full of ronin. It's not a safe place. I'm pretty sure it's not a safe place, and yet here I am. Usually a samurai is paid by their house, but again, feel free to pause this. Ronin with no house to report to often rob people in order to make ends meet. They're nothing more than violent criminals who hide behind the image of the samurai. But what would I know? Such is the state of the city of Kyoto, the city of Ronin. I'm giving it a bad name. Small wonder then that I worried for my father's safety. My mind would concoct horrible possibilities, and I inevitably found myself depressed and tense. First, I suppose I need to find a place to stay, which is something I should have done at the beginning of this adventure. Lost in thought, I hadn't noticed the night had already fallen. If I was honest with myself, I hadn't the first idea how long it might take to find my father, because I'm an idiot. I didn't prepare for this at all. I'd taken some money with me, but it wasn't much, enough to last me a month, I'd hoped, if I used it wisely. If I could find father in that time, so much the better. If not, hopefully Dr. Matsumoto would return before my funds ran out. Should I be unable to find either of them, then it would seem I'd be forced to return home. If I could find my way home. Because, clearly if you're lost, you're not going to know the way home. Well, at any rate, I'm outside alone. I should try and be as ritual as possible. And so I lengthened my stride and set off towards the street. Fortunately for me, men's clothes were much more conducive to such a pace than my usual dress would have been. Because I'm dressed like a man for this one. I decided early on that Kyoto was far too dangerous for a girl from the country to explore alone, and that it would be wise for me to dress like a man, or at least a boy, seeing as I clearly can't pass off a man. Apparently, my disguise, such as it was, had proven successful. I'd made it all the way to Kyoto, unmolested. You should give me a trophy. Perhaps that success had gone to my head and let me think a girl dressed out as a boy could explore Kyoto as she pleases. Was I stupid at that point? But Kyoto is not a safe place for anyone. I should have remembered that, but I didn't. Instead, I'd somehow convinced myself that whatever the dangerous city had, it didn't apply to me. How wrong was I?
Oi, そこの小僧!
And here's irony biting me in the butt. I was about to discover otherwise. I spun around in the streets. In front of me was 3 men, ronin. Can I help you? I did my best to keep my voice calm as I reached in what I felt was my nostalgia way to my Kadachi. My father had made me take lessons in self-defense. I'd kept them with actually done rather well. My skill was enough to defend myself against most attacks. Then again, 3 of them, 1 of me, doesn't look good for me. Perhaps it was my confidence in my skills that had put me in this situation in the first place. Oh dear, I messed up and let my guard down. My fault. There was a chance I could take them on and win, but there was 3 of them and 1 of me, as I said. I know it's a lovely blade, but you can't have it. Only then did I realise they were far more interested in my sword than they were in me. Well, you can't have it, it's mine. Go away. Bog off, it's mine. But this is not yours, it's mine. The sword wasn't just some blade I picked up. It had been passed down through my family for generations. There was no way I could give it to the ronin. I'd rather let them kill me rather than give me my sword. Unfortunately, I had a feeling they wouldn't understand the sentimental value of my blade. In such a situation, the best decision was undoubtedly to retreat. In other words, run like hell. So I turned and ran as fast as my legs could carry me, not looking back. Don't use the language. Gosh, they sure don't give up easily, do they? Well, no, they want Chikadachi. I felt like I'd been running for quite a while, but I still could hear the Ronin behind me, cursing loudly. I ducked into an alley and flattened myself against the wall. You won't see me, I'm the wall, I decided. They weren't too close. I crept farther into the alley. Someone had left a couple of sheets of wood leaning against one of the houses. It was a perfect spot to hide and do a Naruto Uzumaki impression. With luck, I thought, as I kneeled down to shuffle under them. This would get me out of this mess, or at least I hoped. I waited. Huh? Something was wrong. I decided to hear the Ronin yelling to each other, looking for me, but there was nothing. Seconds turned into minutes. I heard nothing. I was about to speak out and have a look when suddenly a horrible shriek was heard. They began to scream. What? My plan to investigate was immediately halted. Remaining silent and hidden was clearly more important, but my brain was too stupid to think of that. Still, it was then that true fear began to set in. There was something out there, something very, very dangerous, something quite possibly lethal. And this weird singing in my ears. The possibilities were, well, my imagination conjured up no shortage of gruesome theories, and I mean the most gruesomest of theories. Even though I could feel that itch of curiosity, I wanted to know what was out there. Really badly, too. And like an idiot, carefully, I edged up to the corner and looked out, because I don't care about my life. Cold moonlight glared back at me from the bare blade of a drawn sword. My eyes followed the blade up to the arm that held it, and in a coat of light blue. Had this person saved me? But no sooner had it appeared, that hope was dashed, and they were clouded. Holy heck, that sounded like he should go. I could hear the Ronin beg for his life as he stumbled back. The person in the blue coat said nothing, just stepped forward, his sword raised. And again, that laugh sounds so much like Hollow Ichigo. To you too. That so sounds like Hollow Ichigo. A high, screeching laugh cut through the moon. The man screams. I got my ears. The blade fell through the air, more like a butcher's cleaver than a sword. No technique, no skill, just death. The screams turned suddenly wet, caught and disappeared like air, even a half-empty bellows. My eyes went wide. I just watched a murder. Whatever strength adrenaline had given me was suddenly gone. My legs gave way and I crumbled to the ground. A really bad time for my legs to give way. My eyes had gone so wide I thought they might never close. I actually followed the sockets. The Ronin had died with the first blow, but as I watched, the blade kept falling, carving deep lines into the corpse. The soft slip of a blade through flesh, the crack as it struck bone, the silent creep of blood across ground. You don't need to describe everything, love. I felt nothing from them but madness. Their only desire was raw animal violence. Whatever they were, it wasn't human. They were broken. Broken? I could feel my throat close up. I couldn't breathe. Again with the bloody air in my ears. A warm, dark smell brushed across my face. It took me a moment to recognize the copper tang of blood. An ice bolt of fear ran down my spine, crawling its way crawling its way out into my limbs and freezing me in place. I was terrified. Would have never guessed how well you were describing everything. What was I going to do? What could I do? I don't know. I had to run. I'm not saying anything because I can't say it. I forced my jaw open and drew a ragged breath. This was the only chance I get. I had to. Ah! But my body, still numb with fear, was less than responsive. God damn you, body betray me. I lurched sideways into the wood stacked against the building with a ratter-clatter. It collapsed. Oh, hello there. Don't you three look charming? Hello. The creatures turned their blue coats drenched in blood. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, and they shook with animal excitement at finding fresh prey to slaughter. I had to run. I couldn't die yet. But my legs refused to move. That hideous, cackling laughter began again. I was going to die. My body was frozen with terror. I couldn't even scream. This was it. This was the end. I sure goddamn hope it was. I watched them raise their bloody swords, the moon glintering off the metal. Talk about suddenly, there was a flash of light and the soft splash of blood. I could feel it, warm and sticky. Again, what is up with this girl describing everything? Stop it. Bile began to rise in my throat, but before the gas took hold, I heard a voice.
Well,
hello there, Kyoto. The words suggested disappointment, but the voice sounded happy.
僕一人で始末しちゃうつもりだったのに、斉藤くん、こんな時に限って仕事が早いよね。
As he spoke, the strange man smiled, almost as if he were enjoying himself.
俺は務めを果たすべく動いたまでだ。あんたと違って俺に戦闘狂の気はない。
うわ、ひどい言い草だな。
He laughed.
否定はしないのか。
The man called Sato sighed with the air of a long-suffering companion and looked over at me.
でもさ、あいつらがこの子を殺しちゃうまで黙って見てれば、僕たちの手間も省けたのかな。
You guys can move? His tone was light, but his words confirmed my fears. I had left the frying pan, and yes, but I was now in the fire. Well, that was your own fault.
少なくともその判断は俺たちが下すべきものではない。
Oh no. Huh? Then there was someone in charge of these two? Oh, fantastic. The conversation seemed to suggest they were part of an organization of some sort. And as I thought about it, I remembered hearing stories of a group of men with blue coats. This could be them. Ah! My thoughts were interrupted by a dark shape sliding into view. Oh, hello there. Oh, hello there, Grumpy. Oh, I swallowed hard. The moonlight shone off his smooth dark hair. For some reason I couldn't fathom in that moment. The light on his face made me think of fluttering flower petals, almost as if the cherry trees were blossoming out of season. What? She's got the hots for him. She got the hots for him. His voice was cold and quiet, like a blade of ice. Can I just point out, is he got this blue-white moonlight lit his slender face and shone from the blade he held pointing at my chest. I knew it! Put the sword away! But it wasn't the sword that made my breath catch in my throat. It was his eyes. They were fierce and hard, but somewhere behind them I could catch a glimpse of something else. There could be no doubt that he was prepared to kill me, and yet he looked troubled. Yeah, because he knows you're a frickin' girl. Most likely. Not kindness, but perhaps mercy?
いいか、逃げるなよ。背を向ければ切る。
Totally understand. I nodded. There was no doubt that he meant every word he said. He stared at me for a moment, then grimaced down with a sigh, put his sword away. And yeah, no, you will. Have that right in my blooming chest area. Wah. I was too surprised to stop myself from speaking, and it quickly became apparent that I wasn't the only one. Oh my God, they're moving.
いいんですか、土方さん。この子、さっきの見ちゃったんですよ。
They're lip syncing, but they're moving, they're breathing. Oh my God, I love this version. As he spoke to the man he called Hichitaka, his eyes narrowed. The man called Hichitaka frowned back at him. Again, I can't say their name.
いちいち余計なこと喋るんじゃねえよ。下手な話を聞かせちまうと、始末せざるを得なくなるだろうが。
Let me go, but I wasn't quite sure what they meant, but it was clear enough that what I'd seen was something they'd wanted to keep hidden. Yay me. Still, the more they said, the more I understood, despite the fact that none of us wanted such a thing. Their own fault, they should have been quiet by that.
この子を生かしておいても、厄介なことにしかならないと思いますけどね。
The way he looked at me made me feel as if he'd read my mind. God damn it. Perhaps it would be best if I didn't think too hard about things I wasn't supposed to think about? Perhaps. Yeah, I think so.
とにかく殺せばいいってもんじゃねえだろう。こいつの処分は帰ってから決める。
俺は副長の判断に賛成です。長くとどまれば他の人間に見つかるかもしれない。
Cold Sato spoke with quiet confidence. He glanced around, possibly looking for other witnesses. Then he looked down at the creature he'd killed, almost as though he'd forgotten the whole ordeal. How inconsiderate of him. Is this frozen? No. Hang on. Yeah, it was moving again. Good. Good grief. That frozen me. How dare you game capture
こう
card?
チニクルートは実務に使える代物ではありませんね。
頭の痛い話だ。まさかここまでひどいとはな。
He peered down at the corpse, his face an emotionless mask. When he looked back up to his companion, however, his eyes narrowed. Okay.
つかお前ら、土方とか副長とか呼んでんじゃねえよ。伏せろ。
へえ、伏せるも何も大服着てる時点でバレバレだと思いますけど。
He was right. Even I had heard stories about a gang of cruel men in blue coats who cut people down in the streets. But no, don't think, ignore them. I did my best to be stern with myself, but it came out sounding more pleading rather than commanding. My mind swelled with thoughts and worries, and I was being drawn into their world. Well, that's what you get for being a smart butt and leaving home. A world where there is nothing strange in carrying a normal conversation in the dead of night with corpses for companions. That sounds pretty awesome, actually. But there we go.
死体の処理はいかように、肉体的な異常は特に現れていないようですが。
Hishitaka thought for a moment before he spoke.
羽織だけ脱がせとけ。あとは山崎くんが何とかしてくれんだろう。
教員。
大使が切り殺されてるなんて、僕たちにとっても一大事ですしね。
He gave a decisive bark of laughter.
あとは俺らが黙ってりゃ世間も勝手に納得してくれるだろうよ。
He looked directly at me when he spoke, and I got the distinct feeling that his words weren't for his companions. Oh, god damn it. What did I do? It was common for people to be murdered in Kyoto. It was a dangerous city after all. I knew that, of course. But I still went out at night. But to see it happen, that was something else entirely. If death was such an easy thing in Kyoto, I thought then the city itself must surely be manned. Only nurse.
ねえ、ところでさ、助けてあげたのに、お礼の一つもないの？
Huh? I didn't realise immediately that he was speaking to me. When I did, my eyes went wide. It's understandable because they just tried to murder me 5 minutes ago. One held a sword towards me. What do you mean, save me? Well, he did have a point. Despite their threats, they had saved my life, but they still threatened me. I stood up as steadily as I could manage, brushing some of the dirt off my clothes, and bowed because I'm a doormat. Thank you very much. I apologise for not thanking you earlier. There was so much going on. I was a little confused. Understandable. There was so much blood. I glanced up at them, tentatively. They must feel so awkward. The man called Saito was showing some confusion of his own. His eyes were wide, and he had an expression I couldn't place. He looked shocked. He's like, what the hell? Hijitaka looked as though he'd taken a bite of something sour. I know it seems weird to say that you're talking with the people that threatened you, love, but he told me I should say that, so you're an idiot. If you tried to jump off the bridge, would you do it? I looked up. Saito and Shaka were both looking pointedly at anything but me, and the third man was shaking with laughter. What a jerk.
ごめんごめん。そうだよね。僕が言ったんだもんね。
He broke out and laughed again, so much so that he was forced to wipe a few tears from his eyes as he straightened up.
どういたしまして。僕は沖田総司と言います。礼儀正しい子は嫌いじゃないよ。
Thank you for helping me. Not quite sure what else to do. I bowed again. Why not?
わざわざ自己紹介してんじゃねえよ。
What does he look like he's doing?
副長、お気持ちはわかりますが、まず移動を。
Whatever mirth I might have inspired gone, the man called Saito spoke with quite urgency. Hijitaka nodded. The man who called himself Okaida grabbed a hold of my wrist, gave me a smile, and began to lead me down the street. And I didn't once try to fight them off, because obviously they kill me. Great. His grip was a touch too tight to be friendly, the finger like iron cables around my arms. There was no question about my situation. If I ran, I'd be dead. Quickly, at least. Even if I did, I was told my life was in the hands of these strange men. I set my jaw and stood up as straight as I could. My eyes met those of Saito as he looked up from the blood-stained coat.
己のために最悪を想定しておけ。刺していいようには転ばない。
Oh, why, thank you for telling me that. I would have never guessed. His words were like daggers in my stomach. Might as well be daggers than dagger. What was going to happen to me? Was I going to die? As we walked through the cold Kyoto night, I felt horror begin to crawl its way up my spine once again. The cause of my horror wasn't the gruesome end that had almost certainly awaited me, but something else entirely. Most likely it's that when they realise she's a girl. I'd spoken with these men and watched them speak to one another. Not feet from a single warm corpse soaked in blood. That I had done such a terrifying me in altogether different way. So the fact that she spoke to them when there's a corpse like not that far away, that's what horrified her. Perhaps I thought this was what it's like to go mad. You're weird. It took me like this long to realize how weird she is.